Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, stick around for a while. Well, you've seen it. It took everything we could do to get this thing running and get this put back in the barn. This is that 9400 Dad was chisel plowing with in that last video. He went to open up a different field. He was gonna start ripping on a hay field, and this thing just started smoking, rolling black coal like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it was like a tractor pull out there. So it finally cleared out. It didn't lose any power, so we were thinking, hey, it might be okay. So he parked it right there where the chisel plow is. Went back out the next day to start it. Wouldn't go. It's like it was loaded up with fuel. We're gonna get ready to tear into this. We're hoping it's a injector or something stuck in there. We don't really know, so we got it in here, but we got a lot going on before that. While I'm out here, I'm gonna show you the seed. Plenty of heifers calving still. I'm going to show you that. We might even have another one calve today. I mean, they're dropping like left and right. And the silos, I'm going to give you an update on the silos. They're getting extremely low. So lots to do. Let's go. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a good thing we bought that big John Deere 9560R. We're going to start using that, but we usually run two. That 9400, hopefully it's not a major issue. We're going to find out. The seeds here, this is enough for 500 acres. You've got your silage corn, so about a third of this is silage corn and high moisture grain, and the rest is what we use for cash crop. This has been some pretty good seed. We've been using this for the last few years. I mean, our corn last year was exceptional. Most people's were. I think it was just a good growing year. But beyond that, we didn't get our corn, our grain corn off until, what was that, January, and it stood pretty good. So we weren't about to go and change the variety on what we're using. So anytime you get corn standing in mid-January, you might want to stick with it. So we're hoping. We got some hayseed under here because that's what's coming up next. And this is a mixture blend we put. It's pure alfalfa, but we put pasture mix in it. And we used to sprinkle pasture mix on top of that drill. But instead, they'll mix it for us. So there's pasture mix mixed into that, and that helps with the first cutting. It'll help grow it up thicker and more coverage in case it gets real hot and it'll like burn out the alfalfa. And then once the second cutting comes, that pasture mix is about done, and then it clips off and it'll be pure alfalfa for second cutting. While we're out here, I'll show you Dad's truck. This is our truck that we pull our seed and our fertilizer tender with. Look at that. He's got it customized. That's custom. He's got the square headlights. This is a 90 or it's be a 78 Ford. But he's got it tricked out a little bit. This is a different box on it. He's had this truck close to 30 years, and not, you know, for it being 50 years old, be roughly over 50, 30 years. He's restored this a couple different times. So we'll put a pallet of seed on there, fuel truck, and this will be the liquid fertilizer cart. He'll be pulling it. And so this will be our corn planting rig. And you see the back, he's got something painted on there. Look at that. One heck of a hay hauler. So he's pretty proud of this truck. It's just been a good old girl. It's got a 460 in it. See right here. He must have had to have the air cleaner off to get it started, but it's just a clean old truck, and he's probably going to have it forever. Yeah, the last time he ended up restoring this, he made it and turned it into a dually. This truck didn't come being a dually, but he ended up making that into a dually, and I tell you, she's a pulling machine now. Yeah, I love this backhoe. Just a good old girl. And when I was filling that bag back there when I first started it, man, I'd have been screwed without this thing. 4-wheel drive, this thing's a tank. how it's done. You just want to skid across that bag. You got to be very careful or you'll rip it with that bucket. And then you just take it and roll that up. You don't even need a shovel half the time. I've got one out here though. Okay, and we are fired up. There's your hay. That's where the most of my hay is right now. That 4 silo there is empty. That was your corn silos. We're bringing in that out of the bag with the tractor. That's how we're feeding there. And that grain, we're trickling in. You can hear it. That's what you're hearing. It's hitting up against that chute. That silo's half full, so we're good to go on there. That silo's a little taller than the rest, and we made it like that for that reason. But we don't overfeed the grain. You can't, or they'll end up getting diarrhea. So you're just trickling that on anyway. Starting to really warm up now. We still got to check on that heifer in the pen and look for any other ones that are getting close around here. I don't see. These are all cows here, kind of relaxing, hanging out. But yeah, they're still coming. We had 30 of them. They're coming out of that pasture field behind my house. Every year we put about 30 out there. Well, they're all coming in. That was 9 months ago. Now they're all popping. How you doing, bub? As we just walked by, look at this beast. Here's one of them. Here's one of them. Now this one got a little bit big on us. This is number 98 we gave her. They're all a little big. We breed them by size. We don't necessarily go by age. A lot of you guys are like, well, how old are them heifers? I mean, definitely a little older. I don't really know how old they are, to be honest. I know it sounds crazy for me to say that, but we go by size. We don't push the feed too much. They grow a little slower, I'll give you that, but our system works. It's a little old school, but it definitely works. And we're out. We're going to switch this bunk over and feed this here in a little bit. But this silo here, this is your other corn silage. I don't carry a lot of corn over because there's still, this silo's probably up to about here. So you're talking, she's only about 8 feet maybe. Your hay, this is the other hay. Yeah, that's the hay. Look at it, guys. There's barely anything in that hay. I'm actually going to set the camera up down there and you're going to be able to see how the silo works, how an actual silo runs. I'm just going to clean this out here another day or two. But yeah, that's your hay. So I'm pulling majority of it from that middle silo. There's about 15 feet in there. We're going to be chopping, usually Memorial Day, a little over a month away. We're going to be good to go. The corn silage, we got those 2 full ag bags right out there. And I still got that partial over here. So you're looking good. Like I said, we're at max capacity on this farm, milking 200 cows. The stalls are perfect. The bunk space is pretty close. We're good on that. But your feed storage, that's the big one. And that's why we don't really want to build another silo, so we're putting the ag bags in. Another silo, I don't know, after having that arthritis bout last August, some of you guys know I was down for a month and a half. It makes you wonder, makes you realize that the silo's definitely a young man's game, so we're just gonna stay the course. And honestly, a lot of guys say you could expand, because we do have the acres to do it. We own the land, redo the parlor, but when you're happy with what you got going on, I mean, what's wrong with being happy with what you got? Sliding out. I'm gonna make sure he's already mooing. Coming right out of the legs are still in the mom, and he's mooing, he already wants to get something to eat. Hang on a second, bud. Let me get you out of there. Legs are still. Legs are. Well, we got this guy. Heifer. That is one strong heifer. What I'll drag it up by the mom's head. Look what you got there. Hey, don't be eating that. Get that out of there. Get out of there. Get that out of there, said afterbirth. You don't eat that. There you go, bud. Getting up. Another one. Another heifer. Heifer had a heifer. Push this up. Ah. And she's up. I just wanted to show you, once that tractor went down, and they're starting to tear into it right now, we decided we had to change a couple filters on this new rig. Just wanted to show you from this. Look at the engine in this thing. Just massive. So we knew this was going to be our main horse, but so now it's just maybe the only horse if something's wrong. Really wrong with it. Say number 3 cylinders the worst, but they're all kind of smoking. Smoking a lot more than they should. This tractor never smoked when you started up. No. You can hurt yourself. Springtime. Watch it. Got it? Ah! All right. All right, how can you pick it up? Still hooked. Must be heavy. It's heavy enough. Problems on these freaking tractor on these tires, and you can't get no. There. They're all right there. It's not going anywhere. And the verdict's in. This tractor needs injectors. Yeah, that thing was louder than heck with that muffler off. Everything looks good. There's one cylinder that's really bad. It's probably an O-ring, but they're gonna end up doing them all. So yeah, that was Greg, my younger brother, up on the tractor. Had a subscriber call him, said he looks like Paul Bunyan. So we're gonna call Greg from now on. We're gonna call him Paul Bunyan. That was Gary King, longtime mechanic of ours for the last 25 years. He's out of Kingston. We call him, and he digs into this stuff. So hopefully we can get on this. He's gonna get parts from John Deere and figure it out. But you know, we're thankful that it happened now and not in 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now, because we'd be in the field trying to plant. It looks like it's gonna be drying up, cooler temperatures, but not a lot of rain. So we're probably next, we're gonna be getting that hay field in finally, and we'll be moving the rest of the stuff. So you're gonna see the new John Deere next. While this is getting worked on, we're gonna probably finish that field with that 9560R. So that'll be its maiden voyage. So thanks for sticking around the end of the video. Take care, everybody, and God bless.